Split squat, low cable. The split squat with the low cable is one of my favourite unilateral lower body exercises as it offers many benefits, including structural balance, lower body strength, and mobility. Using a low cable to load the split squat challenges a few key things compared to loading the split squat with dumbbells or a barbell. In short, the low cable applies more consistent tension throughout the range, extra core challenge, less grip limitation, and it's got potential to be a little bit more joint friendly. To perform the low cable split squat, start by setting the cable machine to be low. Grab the handle in the opposite hand to the leg that will be forward in the split squat. So when the right leg is forward, hold the cable in the left hand. Walk back from the cable machine so at the bottom of the split squat, the weight stack isn't resting on the pile. The split stance length will depend on your hip flexibility, and you'll need to experiment with this to find the best length for you. You want to keep your feet hip width apart. So imagine you're standing on tram tracks and not on a tightrope, as this will affect your balance. A common mistake in the split squat is not keeping the hips square. As we move down and forward in the split squat, the goal is to stretch the hip flexor of the rear leg. If you have tight hip flexors, the body tries to move around this by rotating the rear hip away from the stretch. It's hip external rotation. This allows you to move deeper into the split squat, but it fails to stretch the hip flexors, which is one of the major benefits of doing split squats in the first place. To fix this, you want to ensure the rear hip is internally rotated and the hips are square. You also want to tuck the pelvis under and keep the rear glute contracted to increase the stretch on the hip flexors. It's also essential to keep the heel of the rear foot off the floor. You want to have both the knuckle of the big toe and pinky toe pushing into the floor. If the pinky toe knuckle lifts off the floor, chances are the hips are not square and the body is moving around the stretch. Focus on internally rotating the rear hip, contracting the rear glute, and pushing the knuckle of the pinky toe and big toe into the floor as you move up and down in the split squat. The movement is both forward and down simultaneously, with the intention to push the front knee over the toes. As you move forward and down, you must actively contract the hamstring of the front leg to pull deeper into the squat and close the angle between the calf and the hamstring muscles. How close can you get your butt to the heel of the front foot? The front knee must track over the toes and not collapse inwards. Use the glute to abduct the leg and keep the knee tracking in line with the middle toes. At the bottom of the movement, the heel of the front foot stays flat on the floor. Do not allow the heel to lift. You want to aim to keep the torso as upright as possible and feel a deep stretch in the front of the rear hip at the bottom of each rep. If you can't feel a stretch, extend the back knee by pushing the heel of the rear foot away from you and keeping the rear leg as straight as possible. Your quad and hip flexor flexibility will dictate the level of knee bend in the rear leg. From here, reverse the movement by moving back and up simultaneously to fully extend the front knee and return to the starting position. Make sure you use the breath to help stabilize the movement. As you move down and forward, breathe in through the nose deep into the belly and try to expand 360 degrees. Hold your breath at the bottom of the split squat before slowly exhaling through the mouth as you stand up. A common mistake in the low cable split squat is allowing the weight to pull the torso forward as you move down. You must fight to keep the torso as upright as possible throughout the range. Perform the prescribed number of reps on one side before switching and repeating on the opposite side. Doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps on each leg is a good starting place for most people. Give it a try and see how you go. If you've got questions, please leave them in the comments. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.